How's it going, everybody? Your STATISTACS here today to talk about Alien Hominid Invasion. First thing you're going to notice when you boot up this game is Behemoth is back at it again. They make weird music that just absolutely slaps. I don't know how they do it. I don't know who makes the music here, but props, because you hit every time. It's always on the money. My favorite track, I think, so far is when you beat a level, which I'll have play in a little bit, but when you get into the game, you're gonna see there is the usual play online. This game definitely feels like it has a co-op focus. I have yet to play a co-op, so if anybody has, let me know how it feels down below. Interested to hear about it, but I've yet to play it co-op. I've only played alone. I'm hoping one of my friends picks up this game sooner than later and we can get into some games together. Another quick side note is that I played this game on Steam Deck along with Alien Hominid HD, which came out same day as Alien Hominid Invasion. If you haven't played Alien Hominid HD, I recommend you pick that up as well. You can get that and this for a bundle of $24, I think it is. It's either 22 or 24. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it's worth it in my opinion. I love both of them. I loved Alien Hominid HD when I played it back on the 360 days and was incredibly excited to add it to my Steam library so that I could play it on my Steam Deck, which, yes, it's playable on Steam Deck. Neither of these are verified on there, so the text and stuff for some things might be like eye straining to read, but the game works. Everything works flawlessly out of the box, no Proton needed, no nothing. So if you're a Steam Deck owner, I definitely recommend these games. I can tell these are going to be like permanent games that I play when I'm just like out waiting for something. If I'm like at an appointment waiting in the waiting room, I'll be playing these on my Steam Deck. So I think this game is actually going to be, it's been a palate cleanser for me between my playtime on Lies of P, which I've been playing a lot of and I get frustrated and then I need to get off the game. And this quickly became my palate cleanser where I just hop off of Lies of P, take a break, and I hang out on this game and chill out. And it is so much fun, and I love the earnability factor of this game. It kind of surprised me, to be honest, the way you can earn so much in this game, and like there's a reason to be playing over and over and grind it out and yada yada, and it's just a lot of fun. And it's just like you can actually make like what seems like make builds in this game, which is kind of crazy. I did not expect any of this. I kind of just expected more Alien Hominid, which, yeah, the gameplay of Alien Hominid obviously is there, all that goofy stuff, but it's more than I expected. So when you start the game, you're going to see this screen here and you're going to create a character. You can name your guy whatever you want, and then you move forward. You're gonna have a cutscene. I love the cutscenes in this game. I loved the cutscenes in Alien Hominid as a kid. They always made me laugh. And honestly, you know what? I'm still a child. They still make me laugh. But first, when you create a new character, what you're gonna see is the choice of Mastery or Permakeep. And Mastery gives you more XP, but you lose all items on death. So you get a few lives in a level, but if you lose that level, you lose all of your items. Now, I've been playing Lies of P, and that game is stressful enough on its own, especially for me because I'm a Souls noob. So I chose Permakeep on my main file, and then following that, you get to set your difficulty, and there is Insane, Normal, and Friendly. I did not go total noob on this game, okay? I chose Normal. I didn't pick Insane. I picked Normal. I didn't go Friendly either, okay? Not that lame. So after you set your difficulty, if you played Behemoth games prior, such as Castle Crashers, Battle Block Theater, Pit People, Alien Hominid HD, they will recognize this and they will actually give you some special items available as loot that you can use right off the bat, which I absolutely love. I love when companies see that you've played their past games, that you're a loyal customer, you're a returning customer, and they want to reward you for that. I absolutely adore that, and it's just something that faded, because I actually remember Gears of War used to do that when back in the day. But anyways, totally sidetracked. Yeah, I love this feature. I love that they do this, and I think they've done this for all their other games too, so shout out to Behemoth for this one. So anyways, after that, you're going to be at a screen. It's just you confirming all your choices, and you can change these at any time. This is not set in stone. Your, as they call it in this, your life insurance between Permakeep or what was it called, hardcore or whatever, mastery or whatever, you'll always be able to choose between those. You'll always be able to flip back and forth if you want to. Same with the difficulty. You can go to insane, and then if you're like, okay, this is too much for me, go to normal or friendly, whatever you choose. I'm not shameful with the difficulty stuff. I am shameless with that. I don't care. I just want to have fun on the game, so I play the way I want to have fun, and I suggest you do the same because this is an awesome game and y'all definitely should enjoy it. So once you've confirmed all of that, you're going to get to this menu here, and what you're going to see is your selection of, you can choose weapon, mutation, boost 1, boost 2, head, and pigment. These are all things you can customize, and this is how you essentially make what they allow you to do in this game as a build. So you can get everything kind of matchy with your stats, and you can actually even look at your stats, which on my main, I have all these weird stats, which I'm not even 100% sure what some of these mean, man. Like I have a one called float, and I'm assuming that means like how much airtime I can get when I don't even know, when I'm like falling. I honestly have no idea. I have to look it up or something. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like this. I don't think there's any kind of like almost like dictionary type thing to define what each stat like means, but it would be nice if they had that. But yeah, so there are stats, there's builds, and there is a big variety of weapons for sure, it seems like. At least I haven't gotten through probably even close to all of them, but it seems like there's a big variety of weapons in this game. So yeah, first thing you can choose is your weapon, which obviously will drastically change how you play the game. There's even melee weapons in this game. Like there's like almost like a lightsaber sword thing that you can like kind of smack people around with and whatnot, which is pretty great. I was very surprised to see that. And then there's revolver, shotgun, and they all have like very unique effects to them. Like the revolver will have like bouncy bullets that ricochet around. One of the shotguns that I've seen will make it so it's like a double barrel and it shoots 2 big lasers. It's really cool. And then you'll get what's called mutations. Your starting mutation is basically just you can throw a grenade, which is pretty cool. And then when I completed an entire level or map or whatever you want to call it, which I'll show you that in a moment here, when you unlock new mutations, you'll have I think 4 to select from, and it's interesting because they actually have negatives to them. They have debuffs. So yeah, I was pretty surprised by that, but I picked one that didn't have as bad of a debuff because one of them had like minus 20% your health, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I'll even, I'm not good at this game. Shitty as that is to say, I'm not great at this game. So I picked one where it lets me jetpack around, which is really fun actually. And basically to use your mutation, when you kill enemies, they drop like this DNA symbol thing, and you pick a bunch of those up until you're able to use it, and then you can use your grenade or jetpack or whatever mutation you have. I only have 2 so far. And then there's your boosts, and these just seem like stat enhancers essentially. Like they're just stat buffs for you that can help in depending on what you want to do for a build. Basically boost 1 for me right now is I think per hit I gain 1% of crit damage. So like my crit damage gets higher and higher the more hits I'm getting on enemies, which yeah, so that clearly is buffing my DPS. And then you can change your pigment and your head. The pigment is just purely cosmetic. It's like just a color of your guy. You can pick whatever and you unlock more colors and such as you play. Same with heads, you unlock more as you play, but these actually aren't just cosmetics. Unlike if you've played Battle Block Theater, usually that's what they were just cosmetic and stuff, all the changes you could do in that game. But in this one, they actually, to my surprise, have stats to them. For example, I had this vampire one where it actually made it so my health would regen automatically on its own by X amount or whatever. And so I was using that one for a long time. So anyways, what's gonna happen after you choose all your stuff, the setup for your guy, you're going to come to this map here. And when you get to this, what's gonna happen is you're only gonna be able to move left to right. And basically what you have to do is kind of plan out your pathway. As you'll see, it's like one big block of like a neighborhood from like a city kind of thing. And you have to plan out your pathway depending on the icons and such in the blocks. At first, you won't know what they do or what they mean, but as you go through and learn, you'll understand. And the one you're probably always going to try to hit is the school kid, whatever they call him. I can't remember off the top of my head for some reason, but the school kid, you're always going to try to hit that because that's the shop, and he's going to be selling weapons and all sorts of things, and you'll be able to go through there and buy anything that piques your interest. And then, you know, going through the neighborhood, you're going to have the choice of either trying to complete as many blocks as possible or beelining straight for the HQ and completing that whole neighborhood and moving on to the next one. But as you get into these levels, you'll see that your typical objective is going to be, because your enemy in the game is these FBI agents, so your objective in the game is basically, as you kill them, they're going to drop these documents, and then you got to find these fax machines, and you'll try to hold your position near them as your documents fly into the fax machine until finally you've gotten all of them in there, and then the machine will kind of rocket ship its way out into space, and you move on to the next objective, which may be the same thing as, you know, just collecting the documents, but it can also be things like there'll be enemies that show up that'll start being like, there'll be purple enemies, and it'll say, oh, kill 8 of these guys. Or sometimes you'll have to deliver ice cream to the school kid or whatever. Stuff like that. So they're goofy objectives, but yeah, so you have X amount of objectives to do, and you complete, I believe if you complete like 3 of the 4 or something, the extraction beam will come down and you run to it and you can get out if you want to, or you can stick around and complete an extra objective or 2 and you'll obviously earn more. And it said funny enough, in the loading screen, it said that you actually get more XP the more damage you do, which I guess makes sense. But like, yeah, so it does, when you complete a level, give you kind of this like results screen and tells you like your damage received, damage you've dealt, and I don't remember the third one, whether it's kills or what, but yeah, basically it's gonna grade you on those, and obviously the better you do in those categories, the more XP you're going to get. And then on top of that, you can get, so basically as you level up, you get like these loot box type things or whatever that you can open up and get heads or weapons or whatever out of, and you can also find those during the mission, pick them up and take them with you, or these USBs, which are, I believe, also kind of just like loot box type things for you to get, not microtransactional ones. There's no microtransactions in this game, guys. But yeah, so this is basically the game loop, and it is so fun. I love earning things in this game. I love just, it's almost like that Borderlands feeling. I am a huge Borderlands fan, for those who don't know, and I play a lot of it, and it's kind of that same-ish feeling of like, you know, a weapon drops on the ground and you're like, oh, what's that? And you'll look at it and it's exciting to, you know, see what it is. Is it good? Is it not? Is this going to help me with my build? And it's that same kind of feeling here. You complete some levels, you get some new equipment and stuff, you check it all out, you look through it, and you're like, is this going to help me with my build? Is this relevant to me? Is this good? Is this better than what I'm using now? Stuff like that. And it's that kind of gameplay loop. So if you're into that stuff, this game is absolutely for you. Even if you're not, I'd still say this game is very entertaining, and it's just a blast. And I can only imagine it's more fun co-op. So if you have some friends to play with, or your girlfriend or whoever, I was gonna try and get my girlfriend to play this next time she sleeps over. We can play it together, hopefully. And yeah, I think it's just gonna be really fun. I think it's a good game. It's a lot of fun solo, and it works on the Steam Deck. For sure, confirmed, out of the box, no Proton or anything. So that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. What do you think of Alien Hominid Invasion? Are you excited about this game? Did it pique your interest? Are you already playing it? What's your favorite part? Did I miss anything? Let me know down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Later.